An affordable motorized slider that will give you silky smooth shots like this? Let's check it out. Hey everyone, I'm Nick Taylor, co-founder of Menagerie Studio, and today I'm going to review the Konova KMS S2. Konova was kind enough to send us a unit to try out and give our honest review of the product. As a disclaimer, Konova did not tell us what to say, they didn't pay us for this review, so with that said, let's get into the review. The KMS S2 is the newest motorized system for Konova Sliders and offers some big improvements over their other motorized systems. So the biggest complaint I had with our current motorized slider is the noise. It's simply too loud to be usable for interviews. Despite the motor issues, the slider and jib are great. The products that Konova makes are solid. You really can't beat them when looking at a price to build quality ratio. The unique thing about Konova's motorized slider systems is that they're totally modular. I can still use my original K7 slider with the new S2 motorized systems. Let's start with what comes in the box. Inside, you will find everything in a precision-cut rigid foam interior. There's a manual, controller, motor mount, 2 belt blocks, a belt, a LAN cable, and a USB micro power cable. There's also a hex key and an optional shutter release cable. We have the Sony version for our camera. Now, if you don't own a Konova slider already, Konova's offering a killer deal right now where you can get their K2 slider for just over $100. It's an awesome deal. Today, we're going to attach this to our unit, the K7 slider. One of the great things Konova has done with this unit is make it battery powered using rechargeable Sony NP batteries. You can get them really cheap and they come in a variety of sizes. Of course, if you're indoors, you can always plug it in via the USB cable into the USB AC adapter. So the first thing I'm going to test is how it performs during an interview. As you can see, I have our B camera set up on the slider and I have it set to loop back and forth while the camera records. Now hopefully during playback you cannot hear the motor, and I can tell you right now, sitting here, it is significantly quieter than our old motor.
Just in case. It was a joke, but it wasn't a joke at the same time. It's always a fun experience because you're stepping into somebody else's world. So as a creative challenge, you have to adapt to where they come from.
The main day-to-day stuff they do is provide assistance for filmmakers.
So I mentioned the looping feature, which is one of the many ways to set up this motor. You can use its live mode if you want to have someone move the camera around manually. Its auto function lets you set in and out points and then have it automatically track between the two. Now the other feature that is really cool is the time-lapse mode. We took the camera outside to capture some motion time lapses. So we're here at Dobbins Landing in Erie, PA. We've got our new Konova motorized unit set up on our K7 slider. We've got the Sony sync cable going to our A6500. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the in point, which is basically how far left we're going to be. So on the controller, it says set point A. So I think this is about far enough left, so I'll go ahead and click that. And then we're going to go all the way till our end point here. So I think that looks good right about there. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to time-lapse. We'll click in on that. Our exposure is going to be half a second. The duration, this should auto update. We're gonna have the interval set to be 2.5 seconds. You can set a delay here if you want to walk away and have it start at a certain time. It's really nice because you don't even have to set any of this on the camera. With the sync cable, this controller will tell the camera to do everything it needs to. So it looks like we're all set. I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. So far, I'm really pleased with the new motor control unit. The controller itself is much more compact and intuitive to use. It reminds me a bit of the Rhino slider controller, which costs a lot more, but offers some similar features. That brings me to my last point, the price. At $179, it's offering a lot of features at a budget-friendly price. Even at this price, the build quality is solid. Almost everything is metal, not plastic. It might not be as sleek and sexy as the Rhino series, but I think most people are willing to sacrifice looks for utility in something like this. I will provide links to the product page down in the description if you're interested in picking one up. If you like this review or would like me to review more gear, make sure to like and comment below. Subscribe and hit that notification button to keep up with our videos as we roll them out. Thank you for tuning in, and big thanks to Konova for sending us their new unit to review. See you in the next video.